This is a quick little video on our simple SOP to grow a cleaning service with networking and network marketing. My name is Shane Deubell and our company is methodcleanbiz.com. And an SOP is a standard operating procedure. And whenever starting a new marketing campaign or tactic, or even a sales tactic, the best thing to do is to write down all the steps and then we can just follow the steps and go into repeat mode. A lot of times people think about SOPs when it comes to managing employees, but also applies to us. And it also applies to marketing. A lot of times you think about an SOP in operations and cleaning tasks, but it also is used in almost any business function, especially marketing. So the first step in this is to use SWOT. And SWOT is just a fancy word for, trying to figure out what the pros and cons are, and if you would be, or if I would be very good at it. What's your strengths? Are you good with small talk? Do you have good listening skills? That would definitely work in network marketing. On the other hand, if you're impatient or overly opinionated on every single topic, well, that's probably not going to work out too well. The opportunity, there's always a lot of opportunities in networking because it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's usually $300 or something a year, depending on the place. And out of the hundreds and thousands of cleaning services in your market, you're only going to find there's a very small percentage of that actually are networking on a regular basis. So the next step is, where do I find networking groups? BNI is one of the most popular in the country. Another place to look is professional associations that can come in any industry. That can be like a manufacturing industry, medical industries, restaurants. BOMA is very popular. That's Building Owners and Managers Association. That's good for the commercial market. Chamber of Commerce. You can look them up in Google. LinkedIn. Often there is local networking groups in person with the people that you connect with on LinkedIn. So that's another place to look, because then you can connect the real world with the online world. The next step is defining, what type of networker do we want to be? And the ones that won't work out would be the loner, some people just, and we don't mean this in a mean way, it's just some people just are not very social and doesn't want to bother with having lunch with 10 or 15 other people every week or every month. The ones that do work out are the socializers. And some people are born with these skills or born very well at them, but just because you don't consider yourself a good person with socializing and small talk type, it doesn't mean you never can be. A lot of it is just being more disciplined about and having patience and truly listening to people and asking follow-up questions and getting to know them. And the big thing is with networking is you don't want to become the user. The user's the one is just always selling and this scheme or that scheme. That person isn't going to really work out very well. So if you consider yourself that you're selfish and you're thinking about this, networking isn't going to really work out. The builder is the one that is the personality type that you want to use for this tactic. The 30-second sales pitch, and this is where we want to come up with a hook. And the big thing is right here that the average person's attention span is 8 seconds. So when we do want to let people know about us and what we do, we want to get to the point really quick. Nowadays with the digital world and social media, our attention span's about 2 seconds probably. So that's why, a sentence or two and get to the point fast and furious. A big thing is to avoid technical jargon that we talk among each other. And this happens in every single industry. And even I catch myself doing it. And it's just something you just have to keep reminding yourself not to use technical jargon, because the other person is not in the industry and they have no idea what you're talking about. So we have to try to find ways that they'll understand. A simple thing to do is to put them in writing. This is something that I actually still do quite a bit, even though it's kind of considered old school. It helps a lot with memory. Simply get a piece of paper and write down what you're going to talk about, and it'll go a whole lot smoother once you practice it. And that's the big thing, especially when we get nervous. If we practice something, then we can start to relax and take a deep breath. And the final part is just some basic do's and don'ts when networking. Do ask others for help. It's not just that we know everything. We want to ask other people for help, especially with vendors. If there's a bid that you want to put out for, say, I don't know, maybe you need new computers or something, that would be something that you would want to ask other people about. Because the big person I think you'll find that really works out in networking is the person that's the middleman, that other people go to and ask you, hey, do you know a good plumber? Or, hey, do you know somebody that cleans carpets? Because you're that person that is connected and can refer other people. So that's the big thing. The big don'ts is to be impatient. That's the hard part, because that's not going to work with building long-term business relationships. In the beginning, it can be a challenge, because often you'll enter a group where people may have been together for months or even years, and they know each other, and it can take a little while, and you might have to start off, being kind of quiet in the beginning and just taking everything in until you get to learn the other people's personalities. So this was a quick video on how to grow your cleaning service with networking. And the best thing to do is to put together an SOP. And that's what this is. It's a simple instructions on how to prepare before we start a new marketing tactic. And my name is Shane Deubell, and our company is methodcleanbiz.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube videos and also visit our website.